Shalom, shalom to the 12 tribes worldwide. Shalom. It's your man's OG Obadiah. Let's give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh through his son Yahweh Shah. I got a lesson that I want to put out here. It's about the Sabbath day. And, this is mainly for my Christians and my Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters who do not keep the Sabbath. Right here, you can read, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. That's Exodus 20 and 8. I also have some scriptures in Hebrew. Hebrews 4, 1 through 11. All right. Let me get this right quick. And I'm just gonna start off with it. And this is gonna show how important it is for us to keep the Sabbath. All right. For you Christians who say that, we don't have to keep the Sabbath, or, that was back in the old days or whatever. Well, this is the New Testament right here. Hebrews. I don't want to mess up. There we go. Hebrews 4 and 1. And it reads, let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left us of entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it. All right. So this is talking about the Sabbath, about entering into his rest. What is his rest? The Sabbath. And this is going to explain as we go along. But I want to get a precept. Let's get a precept for that. This is Hebrews 12 and 15. It says, looking diligently, lest any man fail of the grace of God, right? Lest any root of bitterness spring up, trouble you, and thereby many be defiled. By not keeping the Sabbath, you're being defiled. And it's going to get deeper. It's going to get deeper. All right. This is Hebrews 4 and 2. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them. But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. Right? There's not a precept for that. Verse 3, Hebrews 4 and 3. For we which have believed, right, do enter into rest. So those that believe, that believe the Most High, that believe Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shah, those that believe enter into rest. As he said, as he have sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world. And we know the works was finished from the foundation of the world when he finished making the earth and he finished making everything and he rested, right? That's going into finished from the foundation of the world, right? Okay, let's go to chapter 3 and 14. Hebrews 3 and 14. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. Okay, just 3 and 14. Hebrews 3 and 14. For we are made partakers of Christ, of Yahushua, if we hold the beginning of our confidence steadfast unto the end. So we got to keep the Sabbath day until the end, right? What's next? Psalms 95 and 11. Psalms 95 and 11. Unto whom I swear in my wrath that they should not enter into my rest. Unto whom I swear in my wrath that they should not enter into my rest. Let's keep going. Exodus 20 and 11. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them. Let me go over it again. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. So going back to going back to Hebrews 4 and 3. As far as if they shall enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world. Going back to uh going back to For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Right? Hebrews 4 and 4. For he spake in a certain place of the seventh day on this wise. And God did rest the seventh day from all his works. This is all lining up. This is talking about the Sabbath day in the New Testament. Going back to Hebrews. I mean, not Hebrews, but Exodus. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Lining right up with Hebrews 4 and 4. Right? Hebrews 4 and 5. And in this place again, if they shall enter into my rest, right? Talking about the Sabbath day. Verse 6. Seeing therefore it remaineth that some must enter therein, and they to whom it was first preached enter not in because of unbelief. Now, here's the point right here. You're not keeping the Sabbath, then you do not believe. Again, if you're not keeping the Sabbath, then you're not believing. You're not a believer of the Most High in His Word. Uh, and we're gonna go to chapter 3, verse 19 to establish that, right? This is Hebrews 3 and 19. And it reads, so we see that they could not enter in because of unbelief, right? You're not keeping the Sabbath day, you don't believe. You're an unbeliever. Hebrews 4 and 7. Again, he limited a certain day. What is that certain day? The Sabbath day. Saying in David, today, after so long a time, as it is said, today, if ye will hear his voice, harden not your hearts. Meaning, we have to obey the Most High, and we got to keep his Sabbath days. Because he said, remember the Sabbath day. Keep it holy. He said, remember the Sabbath day. He said that for a reason. He said, remember the Sabbath day, right? And we're going to go to Psalms 95 and 7. Let's see, wait a minute. Psalms 95 and 7. For he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, and the sheep of his hand. Today, if ye will hear his voice. And it's going back to us hardening our hearts. We need to hear his voice. If you're not hearing the Most High's voice, then your heart is getting hardened, right? Wait a minute. There should be more here. Mm. Oh, okay. Here it is. I'm just looking at the right one. Okay, that's too much. It's too much. 9, 8. Hebrews 4 and 8. For if Jesus have given them rest, then would he not afterward have spoken of another day? Yahweh didn't speak of another day. Christ didn't speak of another day. He spoke of the Sabbath day, right? Okay, no more precepts after that. Verse 9. There remaineth therefore a rest to the people of God, right? Going back to the law that he gave us. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Moses gave that to the children of Israel. There remaineth therefore a rest to the people of God. The Sabbath day, all right? Verse 10. For he that is entered into his rest, he also have ceased from his own work, as God did from his. And we can go back to Exodus 20 and 11, because God rested from his work, right? For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Did I do 10? Yeah, I did 10. Okay. Now this is the last one. 11. Hebrews 4 and 11. Let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest, to enter into the Sabbath day, right? As any man fall after the shame example of unbelief. So if you're not keeping the Sabbath day, you are not a believer. You do not believe. And the scriptures are saying that. So to all you Christians or whatnot who do not, keep the Sabbath day and call a Sabbath day, you know, y'all Sabbath day or whatnot. It's not our Sabbath day. It's the Most High Sabbath day. It's Yahweh's Sabbath day, right? And if we are followers of Yahweh Shah Christ, then he kept the Sabbath day, right? He kept the Sabbath day. And so did the 12 disciples after Christ died for Israel, right? So right here, let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. And I challenge anybody to come on here, leave a comment, you know what I'm saying, and explain to me this chapter right here. Explain to me what is it talking about when it speak of entering into this rest. I went precept upon precept, line upon line, to establish that in these verses it's talking about the Sabbath day. And if we're not keeping the Sabbath day, we're unbelievers. We do not believe. And right here, this is First John 14 and 21. He that have my commandments, right? What is the commandments? The law of Moses is his commandments. And keep them, he it is that loveth me. And he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father. And I will love him and will manifest myself to him. This is the New Testament telling us to keep the commandments. That's how we love God. Christ also said, if you love me, keep my commandments. So I'm not going to make this video longer or, drag it along or nothing like that. I've been wanting to do this video and put this information out there because I haven't really seen nobody go to Hebrews 4 and 11 to establish the Sabbath day out of the New Testament. I mean, it's probably have, but I just haven't seen it yet. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? And give a challenge to you Christians and anybody else who believe in the Bible or whatnot and feel like we don't have to keep the Sabbath. So with that being said, this your man, OG Obadiah, giving all praises to Yahweh through his son Yahweh Shai, with the old family, giving a shout out to the 12 tribes worldwide. Shalom.